Hello guys, this is just a little video to show one of the aquarius cells mounted in a vehicle, and the vehicle is a Mercedes straight diesel. It's a 2.2 liters, okay, and there's in the engine compartment there's a nice space here where the thing fits in beautifully. And what I've done is I've used the threaded bar that's sticking out here from the fixing threaded bars, 16 of them going through the cell, and I've adapted a sort of bracket down here which has been bolted against the threaded bar, okay, and that then sits really well on this solid bit of frame of the vehicle. And that's the only place this is actually screwed on, okay, with a few screws straight in there. Then I made a little holder here for a bubbler. It's not really very good bubbler, probably leaks a bit and everything, but it's just in here for testing. There's another interesting thing going on here which I'll explain in a different video, which are some switches which switch from 5 neutrals to 4 neutrals. So depending on how much driving is going on, the cell can be switched from 4 neutrals to 5 neutrals, and that in 2 different departments, okay, because there's, for this cell, there's 4 sections of 5 neutral plates or 4 neutral plates, but I'll do a different video. I just want to show, before I rip this thing out of here, that there is actually, well, certainly in this vehicle, there's enough space for one of these, okay, even with the handles on. Just to show, it's going out straight into the air filter. And the results so far with this thing has been, and this is a vehicle that does 46 miles to the gallon anyway, okay, it's a 1997 Mercedes, so it's doing pretty well as it is, and we didn't really save any fuel at all. It seems to consume exactly the same amount of fuel, inputting about half a litre of hho a minute, half a litre to a minute, but we did feel that the vehicle was actually performing better, so whether it's been aiding the combustion or whatever, don't know. However, this one is running with bicarbonate of soda simply because it's a test rig, and I didn't really want to spill anything more toxic all over the engine bay or end up in the air filter. Okay, so this is just to show what it looks like in the vehicle, and we're just going to rip this out in a bit. Here's another one. This is a test cell prototype. It's got the same plates. It hasn't got the internal reservoir, something I've built a lot later, so this has got really thick acrylic plates. Then it's got an external reservoir, which is this thing here, comes out the top, and this kind of acts like a fluid separator, this bit. Then there's goes back in the bottom there. The grey part in the bottom goes back. Oh, it's difficult to see, but yeah, it goes back in, okay, and goes over here, bubbler, cheap and cheerful, and again straight into the air filter. Now this vehicle has been doing my head in. It's a 2.5 litre Volkswagen Transporter turbo diesel. I think it's about 2002 or something. And to start with, the vehicle was doing something like 33 miles to the gallon, something around that, and we didn't really improve on that. However, I've noticed again, like with the Mercedes, and sort of increase in power, and I did a couple of blind tests, and you could really feel the difference. Again, this cell has actually only really been outputting about half a litre a minute, and what's in here actually is pure distilled vinegar in this thing. Again, it's a trial, and I didn't really want to spill any toxins all over my place, so I used vinegar. The efficiency of vinegar is absolutely terrible. It's something like 3 mmW. So anyhow, the story with this bus is that then I tried to figure out how I can get more efficiency out of it, and I got myself a map enhancer, and this is kind of connected here, going into the inside of the cab, and I had a guy out with a computer to plug into my bus, and the first thing he tells me is that my timing is completely out, and this thing here, which is the temperature sensor, was completely knackered, giving a completely wrong reading to the computer. So what he did then was change the temperature sensor, change some of the timing, and then suddenly the bus was doing, rather than 33 miles per gallon, was doing 35 miles per gallon. However, with this unit then switched on, it was doing something like 25 miles per gallon. It's completely crazy. It's made a complete mess then of the there's a map sensor here, and there's another sensor here as well, actually, before the air filter, and that thing here, God knows what that is. So it has been a complete headache. So I've been switching this thing off recently, and I'm going to take this out now as well and have a little rethink. Maybe inject the HHO a lot later in the chain somewhere, you know, here in the manifold or somewhere. So it's been a bit of a bumpy ride with this one. That's the thing.